Alright, so I've been sitting here, staring at the screen, staring at the camera, staring at my mic for the last 10 minutes, trying to formulate how I want to start this video. So I'm just going to start it. I have been wanting to do sort of State of the Union videos regularly since I started the channel, and have done exactly 0 of them. Big fat goose egg. I have done none. I don't know why. They're not that hard. Sit in front of a camera, talk into the mic. Seems pretty simple to me. I figured today, of all days, was probably a pretty good place to start, because things are happening. Not necessarily good things, although not necessarily bad things. When I got fired, July last year, so over a year ago, considering my workplace was incredibly toxic, I decided I would take it as an opportunity and not as a whatever that other word is that I haven't been able to remember for the last year. So I started a YouTube channel. Ta-da! And here we are. I told myself that I would give it as long as I possibly could, financially, or a year, kind of whichever came first. And over the last year, I have been working diligently on and off. I think I've burnt myself out a number of times, and so I've just stopped making as much content, and then I'll make a bunch of content, and then I'll stop, and it's back and forth, and I find it very difficult to meter myself when I work. I don't know how to meter everything that I do, for lack of a better word, to prevent burning myself out. I've never quite figured that out at 36 years of age. So I tend to go balls to the wall into everything that I do, and if I burn myself out, typically I just call it there. YouTube has been different. Content creation altogether has been different. I still have vision. I still have dreams. I still have ideas for things that I want to do with the channel. I'd love to find at some point an animator that is good and or affordable, but that's one of those, the channel has to make money under its own merit. I can't justify continually dumping money into content creation if nothing comes back out of it, right? Like, I'd love to. If I had the money to do that, I probably would, because it's fun and interesting to me. So I figured it was time to start doing something that I told myself I was going to do approximately a year ago, and start doing sort of State of the Union videos for as long as I am regularly doing other content. These videos will be going in their own playlist, uploaded on some day. I haven't figured out exactly what day that is. I don't really have a schedule. I was trying to start a schedule before I went to Arizona, and I was doing pretty good with it, and then I went to Arizona, and that screwed everything up because the setup was different. Like, everything was different. Everything was different. So the schedule just dissolved. And since getting back, I've been fighting burnout and depression and what have you, and haven't really been doing much of anything. I still have footage I need to edit. I still have voiceovers I need to do. I have a bunch of videos that I'm in the process of editing. I just simply have not completed any of them, for whatever reason. As of today, the YouTube experiment has not panned out. It has not done what I wanted it to do. It has not gone where I wanted it to go. So I will be pulling back from content creation a little bit. Like I said, I want to continue doing it because it is interesting to me, but there is a very, very high probability and or likelihood that you guys will be seeing quite a bit less of me. I am going to Michigan for a year or two to learn some things about building frames and engines, which the engines I don't really need to know that much. It's pretty much in my head. But I will be going to Michigan to learn how to build frames and suspension for mud trucks and race cars, but all of that math is transferable. I can look at math all day long, but what I really need is practical application, because I need to put the physics in my head to figure out the things I want to do with the end goal that I have in mind, which is to build my own car from the ground up. It is a fairly recent realization on my part that most things I've been doing for the last 10 or 15 years have been working to that goal. I was recently thinking about where I've been, what I've done, where I'm going, etc., and I realized that kind of everything I've been doing has been towards that goal. Building my own car from the ground up that has all of the things that I want and none of the things I don't. Stay tuned, actually. I'm going to record a video maybe in the garage with a whiteboard so I can organize my thoughts a little bit about some of the requirements for that piece of machinery. So maybe that will interest some of you guys and will spark some ideas. I don't know. But as it stands today, I have had to ask friends and family for financial help, which I'm actually awaiting a phone call right now to that end. And I have decided to pull the trigger and go to Michigan. My buddy's been trying to get me out there for 3 or 4 years now. And I keep having excuses, I keep having reasons why it doesn't make sense to me. And this recent realization that everything I do has been working towards that goal of building my own car has left me wondering why exactly I haven't gone to Michigan yet to do mud trucks and race cars. My buddy keeps telling me the second I get out there, he's buying a dyno, and that will be my job, to run the dyno in northern Michigan. Because apparently, there's either very few or nobody out there with the dyno that will dyno cars and tune cars that are not Chevy LS's. Which I have no desire to do those. So, turns out there's a guy that does that stuff. I won't be doing that. Hopefully. I really don't want to be touching Chevys. Going to Michigan is still going to be YouTube, because I definitely want to film the stuff that we're doing up there. That's going to be quite fun. I've got to figure out how to set up the cameras and how to get everything recorded, how to get everything filmed the way that I want it filmed for the channel. But Michigan will give me the opportunity to build custom wire harnesses from scratch. It'll give me the opportunity to build custom engines from the ground up. It'll give me the opportunity to learn how to build frames from the ground up. Give me the opportunity to do a little bit more learning on drive lines, because I'm a little bit fuzzy on a few things. But it will give me a lot of things that I will need to start, well, not start. It'll give me a lot of things that I will need to continue down my path to building my own car. One of the few things remaining is going to be bodies. I don't know how to do doors and trunk lids and things and make them sealed, because I do want a sealed cabin. So I don't know how to do that. I gotta figure out where to go to learn that stuff. But a lot of the stuff I will be doing will be YouTube/film worthy. So I will still be here. I will still be working on the channel. I will still be working on the content. It just might be a bit, well, I was going to say it might be a bit more spurious, but I don't know how much more spurious you can get than what I've been doing. So it will continue to be spurious. The guy that I will be working with is a buddy of mine. I've known him for years. He's a good guy. He's one of those, he's like me. He's one of those guys that he's a good guy, but when you first meet him, you think he's an ass. Kind of like me. But that's okay. I like him, and that's all that matters. As long as we can work well together, which we've worked together before, and we work very well together, actually. Whenever one of us gets pissed off, the other one's able to calm him down and keep the work going. So that's always a good thing. So we can both do that for each other. And that's good. It's a good thing. It sparks joy. So, short stroke, I guess, is YouTube is not where I want it. Content creation is not where I want it. It has not done what I have wanted it to do within the last year of putting quite substantial effort into it. So some changes must be made to allow me to continue to survive and progress and grow and learn towards my end goal of building one complete automobile from the ground up with all of the things in it that I want and none of the things that I do not. And I think, on that note, that will be the end of this State of the Union. Hopefully, stay tuned for more, because I want to do more of these. I think it would be fun and interesting to keep you guys updated and in the loop. But on that note, again that note, this will conclude this video, and I hope, as always, whatever it is that you guys are doing, you have a good one, a good eat, a good sleep, a good etc., etc., etc. And I will see y'all in the next